So what do we get done today? So I see here on the floor, I see some floor pan here. Let's see what we got. Let's look at this first. All right, so this is all the less than ideal floor.
Yeah, it's all flimsy.
Was it hard to cut out?
It was kind of hard, yeah.
Yeah.
On the side of the floor.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the body.
Yeah.
Has its like own frame.
Oh, okay.
Built in.
Mm-hmm.
Next to the doors.
Mm-hmm.
But to cut it right next to it is hard because you want to leave like just a little bit to weld to.
And then some more meat.
So that was kind of hard to cut, and then the bell housing up to the right here.
Mm-hmm.
The bell housing up to the firewall.
Yeah.
It was kind of hard to cut. I had to go underneath.
Uh-huh.
And then along the firewall right here, where your feet kind of go, I had to cut along here. So it's kind of hard to get in with the pedals and like make it straight.
Would you use to cut it with the little right angle air sander, or did you use the right angle grinder?
Both.
Both.
So I cut the tunnel with that. The air tool. And then the angle grinder for the rest of it.
Nice.
But I also I had to take this piece off that went right here that they added, and then I also had to cut this section a certain way because the floor on each side has the seat brackets.
Oh.
And so it was this part was cut behind it, so I had to go back at an angle.
Right.
But I didn't want to cut right next to it because I need some space to weld.
Right.
So I'll show you what it looks like.
All right, so let's see on night. So you got the transmission in. Nice. The train's big.
Yeah. I'd say it's about 50 pounds heavier than...
It's like the transmission's tilted.
Yeah, I know, that's what I just said.
It's tilted to the left.
Yeah. Because the bell housing for some reason.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't think it matters. It's just different.
Yeah. What's cool about the T56 is it actually has dowels.
It's a T57.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Oh, yeah.
It has dowels in the, to align on the bell housing. The TKO and X don't have that.
Okay. So, looks like, yeah, the floor is cut out up front. Is that where all the rust was in the corners?
Yeah.
Okay. Body mount there. Well, it looks cool.
So you can see, right here I cut it back. But I also had to cut some of the,
yeah,
see if I can show. The seat, I had to cut the seat bracket back in order to gain room so I can add another piece to weld here.
Right.
So it gives me, so I don't have to weld to that.
Right. So I ordered the floor today, and it'll be here in a couple days. So we can cut what we need from it to make the floor look like brand new, basically. But yeah, that's awesome. Looks pretty cool.
You good?
It hurt. Oh, son of a mother. What's that?
I'll have to show you from the inside.
Oh, is there what we're gonna... I think, so the next thing to install is the crossmember, right?
No.
Why?
We have to put the clutch in and all that.
No. I mean, just for mock-up.
Oh.
Because that'll set the training height.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So that needs to be done. And he bought one already. So it's in the box over there. So I would put that in. And then, and only then, can you measure for the floor. Because right now, how many degrees is it facing down?
I'm not exactly sure, but it should be 3.
Okay, so.
I didn't move the bottle jack. So.
Okay. So that's is there anything on the inside that we need to see?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. But we can't look at that until. So, let me turn the light on over here. So for this car, so this is our 65 Mustang fastback, and we are doing a rewire on it, amongst other things, like adding all of the dash equipment, switches, lights, everything. So what questions did you have for this one? Or did you have any questions?
I mean, I just wanted to go over
Okay.
the wiring.
So I guess what's the next step?
Wiring.
Well, I know the step, but are you gonna do the headlights, taillights, fuse block?
Well, this is the headlight wiring
Right.
harness. But also, I don't know. Isn't there supposed to be like a bulkhead for this thing?
There is, yeah. There's a fuse block that goes to the firewall. You're probably gonna have to make your own. Yeah, I think that's it right there. So yeah, originally it's right here. So we'll have to. It came with an adapter. I don't know if we'll use that adapter, but that's where it normally goes.
Okay.
Oh, so we have a bunch of parts here, dash and lights and this and that, whatever. You have the wires are pretty much kind of run to their respective locations, but we still need that brace for the steering column, right?
Yeah, there's a mount. There's like a little bracket with 2 bolts fused to it.
Like a strap, basically.
Yeah, like a strap.
So, and we don't have that, right?
No, we do not.
Because
the car didn't come with one.
Okay, what else were we missing?
Literally everything. Yeah, so
Was there an ignition deal that we're missing? I forget, or did we find that?
So all the switches, they have like 2 pieces.
Mm-hmm. Like
And then-
inside and outside.
And they're individual. So whenever you buy one, you have to
Buy the other. That's
So
weird how
we're
they don't
missing a
sell
piece
them.
for this.
Okay,
This
so
is the ignition.
I guess what I need is a list of little doodads that we need to complete, because it's not like a long job, but when you're missing parts, it makes it, it prolongs it.
Mm-hmm.
And every time you get rolling, you're like, oh crap, I don't need this or I need that.
Yeah, it's hard to say when there's nothing there.
Yeah.
So you can't like go back to anything to
reference it.
To reference or see how it goes together. It comes apart or something.
I think once we get all the little components, little doodads, like I said, I think the thing to focus on now is what do we have? We know we can do the lights. We know we can hang the fenders. We know we can do the tail lights. We know that we can put the ignition in its place, like put it through the hole. And even if we have to zip tie it for now, then that at least is done, or at least in place. And then the light switch, get it just in its general vicinity, get it wired up, and the steering column, wire that up, put the steering wheel on so you can actually turn it, just stuff like that. And then the thing now is just to seek out what can you do, right? We already know there's some stuff we can't do, but it's to identify the things and execute the items that we know for sure we can finish. So, was that a decent game plan?
Yeah, I'll have to go through all the switches, and I'll have to look at the gauge cluster. Wait, do we have one?
You would a gauge cluster?
We have the cluster, but we don't have the gauges.
Oh, okay.
We have the lights.
That's good. The first thing to accomplish is get the fuse box in, because then we can power the fuse box, and then we can test.
I think I already have it in.
Okay. Oh, that's good.
Yeah. The fuse box is already.
Okay, that's good. So then we can actually run power to the battery, get the firewall mount. So this is the thing I would do. Get the feed through done for the firewall. That powers everything in the engine bay, right? Then we can selectively turn things on, test it, make sure it works, route it. Because it's not smart to run things until you test it to make sure that it's what it is. And then once you know you have power, then it's easy to troubleshoot, make sure that everything is as it should be. So, and once you get into it, you'll get comfortable with what you don't have. So, I thought I found that ignition bezel, but I could be wrong. And we do have the steering wheel adapter. I did find that, so we can put that on.
Okay.
So, like I said, being able to steer it will be a big milestone.
Yeah.
Because it kind of sucks. We need to get the steering shaft on. I didn't have one. It was like a. What's that? Oh, there it is on there. Yeah. So it was one of those. What's it called? A D, like a D style, flat D. It wasn't the traditional size. So the old voltage regulator is right here. We're not going to run that. We're going to run the one-wire alternator. So, and I don't think we need the starter solenoid because the starter has it on it, so you don't need that. So there's some stuff that we'll have to just omit from the harness. Make it simple, make it nice. Nothing crazy, no modifications, but just nice and simple and effective. All right. Well, now we should go take apart the LS.
Yep.
All right. Let's go.